Hello guys, Cameron here from Inventor Inc. I'm here with Josh, and we're back with our next episode of Rodger and Love at the Moving Pictures, and we're here with our special guest, Rhys.
What's up, guys?
So, what's today's review about, Josh?
It's about Avengers Infinity War, one of the newest ones in cinema. You know, the one with Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman, right?
You're wrong again, just like last episode.
Am I?
Yeah, it's not got Batman, Wonder Woman, or anybody else.
Oh wait, is it the opposite? Is it what's on my top? Is it the opposite one, yeah?
Yeah, Captain
Ah,
America,
right, okay, I got you. I wonder.
Iron Man.
See, I thought they were the Justice League. Is that not?
No, you're wrong again.
Am I wrong again?
Yeah, you're wrong again.
Okay.
You really need to research these things before you actually, do these videos.
God, sorry. I know I'm just a pathetic fucking normie.
So, before we jump further into this video, there are spoilers ahead, and parent advisory is advised.
Yeah, you fucking can't.
So, we'll show the first question to you, Rhys. What is Avengers Infinity War about?
Avengers Infinity War is about the Avengers, obviously, having to come together with Black Panther and the Guardians of the Galaxy to then fight the Mad Titan Thanos, who is after all of what's called the Infinity Gauntlet, which is made up of a gauntlet made of gold and five Infinity Stones.
Yes.
Yes.
No, six.
Six Infinity Stones.
Infinity Stones, yeah.
Five fingers.
Yeah, and then one in the middle. So then he can snap his fingers and supposedly bring balance to the universe by killing half of the universe, half of each species on every habitable planet in the galaxy.
Right.
And he doesn't care how he gets it. So yeah.
That basically sums it up, wouldn't you agree, Josh?
Yeah.
Right.
And he wins. He fucking wins.
We weren't supposed to get to that bit yet.
We did say spoilers, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. But I'll get into that later.
So, what's everybody's favourite thing about this film, or things that they liked about this film?
Well, Rhys, you're new. Let's hear your thoughts. And you've seen it most recently, so.
this is a bit of a joke for me, but I don't know if it might not be a joke for Cameron, but thankfully Tom Holt's Spider-Man died. Thank God. No, that's a joke, guys. That's a serious joke. It was kind of upsetting that Tom Holt's Spider-Man died.
Yeah, that was it was the worst one to watch because it was just so prolonged.
Yeah, it was so
prolonged and made to be emotional and that sort of stuff.
Best part for me was obviously Iron Man getting his cunt kicked in by Thanos with the moon.
Oh yeah,
from Titan. Done.
That's it, really?
Yes.
That's all you like.
Thanos throwing a moon at someone. Come on. Who else can do that?
Nah, I'm not gonna get into that. But
other than Galactus, but here we go.
Well, no, I was gonna say World Cracker Hulk, but
yeah, true.
Yeah. So just to get a roll with that, actually, I'd say probably the best parts were with Thanos, because in my opinion, I'm hoping that I'm not the only one with this, but I do believe like this is his movie. He is the protagonist of this movie. He's the one that you see most of, not only because he is like the main antagonist to the Avengers, but I think it's because it's almost specifically from his point of view almost all the way through the film, because you're with him for more than half the running time of the film, and that's the film nearly clocks in about 3 hours. And I just like how it makes you sympathise with him, because his goal is very clear, and to some extent you can understand where he's coming from, because he sees the way how everything's becoming overpopulated and how all the resources are very finite, and he's trying to basically, like Rhys said, this little overview, that he's trying to bring balance. So the only way he sees it is if he wipes out half of everything and it's indiscriminately. He's not picking on any individual thing.
It's not
It's
biased.
just half gone, and that's, to be honest, it's quite sick, but you can understand it, that he believes he is doing right by doing something so horrible. I mean, to even get the Soul Stone, he had to give up something so precious to him, the one that he loved, which was his daughter, Gamora, and it was just horrible. It was just straight up horrible, but it's almost in a way kind of stoic, because he just sacrifices everything in order to achieve his goal, and then he does it.
Poetic.
Yeah, and it's arguable, but it's just quaint in my opinion. And the fact that they actually just follow through and say, "Yep, he won," straight up, boom. I just thought it was amazing.
I mean, I do understand where I do understand where you're coming from. This film is basically a film on Thanos and his plan, his goal, his legacy, and all that sort of stuff. But I mean, I do have to agree with both of you about the parts you found favourable. I really did just enjoy the good balance of story and action throughout this entire film, and it's good that we kind of got to see different groups of the characters in their own unique character arcs, because you had Rocket, Groot and Thor away on their own quest, and you got to see how those characters get along. And you had Spider-Man, Doctor Strange and Iron Man away on their quest, then you had the Guardians of the Galaxy on their quest, and then you had the rest of them on Earth doing their own thing.
Yeah, trying to protect Vision and
exactly, and then at the end of it all, you know, the group kind of there's two separate groups.
They come together. Yeah.
One group on Titan and one group on Earth fighting for basically initially the same cause, the same goal to stop Thanos. But I mean, I think the film overall was a good film, and it's definitely worth watching. But I mean, I did overall enjoy the entire film, to be honest.
Nice. So, what would you say were some of your less favourable, or just bits you just straight out hated? Because there's got to be at least one, right?
Yeah.
So if we start with Cameron this time.
Right. There were parts that did seem quite slow. Basically telling the story, it did seem to kind of be quite slow and stretch on a little bit. And I mean, I did notice that there was this point where they were trying to make that Wanda and Vision had to make Wanda had to basically kill Vision, and Vision was willing to make that sacrifice of himself to stop Thanos. And then it was kind of like copied between Peter Quill and Gamora, where Peter Quill would have to sacrifice Gamora to stop Thanos. But ultimately, those initial sacrifices didn't happen, and when the one between Wanda and Vision did happen, it
was too late.
It was basically too late, because there was a lot of let's not do it yet. Let's wait. Let's procrastinate. You know.
No, they were trying to find alternate ways.
Alternate ways.
It didn't fall on the dice.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, the fact that by that point Thanos had the time stone.
It was too late.
Yeah, they were just done.
Yeah. What about you, Josh?
I would have to agree with Cameron. Just the over sort of dread of the film. Like, I understand that the whole point that the film was aiming towards, a lot of your favourite guys are gonna just go, they're just gonna die, right? But it's just the way that they just tried to build it up almost repeatedly. Like, at some points, well, actually most of those points when I just kind of sat there, I'm like, okay, so is it gonna happen? No, not. Oh, it happened a different way though. Okay, yeah. And it was just, it felt repetitive. It genuinely felt repetitive. Like, the only one that I could kind of see that was somewhat both of them were integral in their own ways, but I think the most important one would have been Gamora and Peter Quill's one. I mean, especially if you think about back to that scene when he was just sitting there and he just could have just straight up shot her, and he nearly did, but it was just because Thanos used the reality stone and just got rid of his gun for that, and he realised that he was actually going to do it. Like, if he did not have that, that would have been it, and there would have been a lot more, I feel, a lot more impact behind that.
Yeah.
But I also understand the reasoning for why they did what they did, because then it had to show off more of, like, Thanos, in that he isn't a complete monster. He does still feel things, and to him, again, like I said, from his point of view, he is doing the only right that can be done. And again, it just leans more points onto him. But again, I've already said my piece on that. And yeah, it was just that. It just felt kind of repetitive. And also the music. I mean, Marvel are not really the greatest for that. Apart from the main Avengers theme, there was no other piece of music that was made by them that I can think really stuck with me.
Yeah.
I think the only sort of ones with that are the Guardians and Spider-Man: Homecoming, but those are just made up of the older songs or the remastered versions of the older songs that they then just implemented into the film. So that's not really
original.
Yeah,
fresh.
So I was just kind of disappointed on that front. Yeah. So, how about you, Rhys?
See, well, it was kind of the whole story for me. As a fan of the comics,
is this about the death thing?
yes. As a fan of the comics, seeing Thanos in the comics, meeting up with Death as a child and going through becoming the Mad Titan, as he's called,
and just being,
and it's all because of Death, and he's wanting to. What would be the word?
Impress her.
Yeah,
he's wanting to impress Death. So court, that's it. He's wanting to court Death, and because apparently Death's some hot person.
Or just like the ultimate thing that no one can achieve until they've passed over. But he wanted to do that the opposite way by bringing her into the real world by basically saying, "Hey, I've done all this. Are you impressed yet?"
So, in the comics, he snapped his fingers and took out half their universe and said to Death, "Oh, I've done this. Here's all their souls."
And then she just flat out rejects him.
No, I don't care. All because Deadpool.
Yeah.
But in the movie, he's totally changed. It's not about Death. It's nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with his original story, which most of Marvel's movies were sort of.
Well, they've always changed.
Trying to keep to the comics, but adapting little things to make them
unique, different.
To make the movies different from the comic book universe.
Yeah, but again, I think I know why that is because with these new, the actual Marvel Cinematic Universe, they've removed the whole magic element out of it. There is no afterlife or anything powers like that. There are different dimensions and that it's more science based. And I'm pretty sure the head of the guy at Marvel who's helping make the cinematic universe, he's been on record saying especially when Doctor Strange came out, when people were like, "Oh, is this magic they're doing?" It's like, no, they explain it in that it is a form of harnessing the energy around you and using that, basically bending that to your ability. And it's not so much oh, poof, a bird appears out of nowhere. No, it's sort of based around physics in a way, but heavy theoretical, a little bit with spiritual in it. Yeah. But again, it is still based around science, and again, even most of the villains, they're aliens. That's the best way they explain it. They're aliens from different dimensions or different worlds. I mean, that's what Thor is. He's just a superpowered alien. And hell, even that, again, talking about the adaptations, and I do have to say I do disagree with you on that. I much prefer this form of Thanos because, and again, probably again, for what I said, they wanted you to sympathise with him.
Yeah, I know.
How would you sympathise with a guy
who wants to court Death?
Who's just doing it to impress somebody? That's, no.
I mean, that's why that's why the people that read the comics loved the Mad Titan.
Well, yeah, because he was so out there.
He was so in love with himself
and outlandish,
and in love with death that he couldn't do anything about it because he had modified his own body to not die.
Die, yeah.
Back in the comics, or well, he lived longer than most
Yeah.
of the Titan species.
But,
But that was probably because of his genetic mutation that happened at birth, because he's purple,
yeah. Oh well.
and the rest of them are blue.
Yeah.
Blue,
yeah,
green?
Yeah, blue. Yeah. So is that all?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. So I guess Cameron, just give us some closing thoughts and what you hope for the part 2.
Well, honestly, overall, it was a good film, and if you've not seen it already, I really don't know what rock you're living under, but it's a good film, and you really should see it as soon as possible,
By the Blu-ray.
and buy the DVD.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I would gladly go see it again, and it definitely was well worth watching. And I mean, I enjoyed the story, the action, the character development, the different story arcs, all that sort of stuff. I think it was overall a good film, better than Truth or Dare. Would you say that film that we reviewed
I don't
last
know. I mean, that's pretty up there, man. I don't know about you.
I mean, Truth or Dare is a one-off movie. It is a one-off movie. Whereas the Marvel Cinematic,
Please don't tell me you've not got what we've just said.
No, I did.
it's better. No, I know what you mean. Well, it depends on how you think of.
No, I'm just saying the only thing that made that enjoyable was just getting pissed and then watching it, which we still need to do.
Yeah, once it comes out on DVD.
Exactly.
I don't condole drinking. Do whatever you want to do.
With this one, I happily give it my rating of better sober, better with friends.
Is that your new rating system?
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Yeah, not a problem.
Yeah, how about you, Rhys?
Well, I do recommend, like Cameron says, to go and watch this, but coming from a comic book standpoint, I do recommend reading the comic books as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To read into what I was mentioning and what Josh was mentioning.
And also, if you did know the comics, then you'll also realise the reason why they left Nebula alive. Because she's the one that cuts off his hand. But we'll just have to wait to see how it goes.
Yeah. I mean, I do think for the second film, though, that they will be bringing back some characters that they've killed off, because, I mean, it's like Spider-Man and Black Panther. They've only done one movie with those characters. They're bound to bring them back.
I mean, Spider-Man only just got in this movie the Iron Spider suit as well.
That, and also, you're now an official Avenger.
He's now an official Avenger as well.
Because, I mean, but I do think they're going to kill off any characters who basically... they're going to kill off the characters when the actors' contracts are up, basically.
But pretty much everybody that is in this so far is necessary, and also the fact that they've already confirmed the new Ant-Man film, and they've also confirmed the Guardians 3, which I can't wait to see how that goes.
But one last thing to note on the entire film: did you not notice that at the end we were basically left with all the original Avengers plus a couple of extras? So basically, it's like a full circle.
Mm-hmm,
and I mean, the one thing that I did pick up on after seeing it like twice is when Doctor Strange says that he's seen so many possibilities on how this ends, and there's only one way. And then as he's dying, he turns around and says to Iron Man, "This was the only way."
Yeah.
It kind of makes you think, well, this is the only way they can beat Thanos.
Yeah, he had to give him the stone.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, Thanos' victory will probably be short-lived.
Yeah, and bring it to his end.
Yeah, because it just makes you think that the next film, they'll probably kill off characters because sacrifices will need to be made.
Well, yeah.
But they'll basically undo this film in a sense.
But the Time Stone.
You
You
know,
could just bring everyone back.
Yeah, no, that's what we're saying. Like that's what they've done in a few comic iterations. They cut off his hand, and then they're just like Time Stone, and then they bring everybody back, and then they kick his ass.
So,
I mean, I've said everything about this film.
I'm happy enough. I think I've said my piece. So
I said mine.
So this is us.
Yeah. So if you've enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, leave a comment, and even share it with your friends if you've got any. And,
shut up, you orange gecko.
Hopefully you do, unlike this one.
Oh, shots fired.
Yeah, no, this one we just got off the street. We offered him a Twix and a blowjob. So
fuck off.
Hey, I never offered it. You did.
Anyway, till the next iteration.
Wait. We do also have social media that you can follow us on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter. Our Facebook page has photos, videos, that sort of stuff on it, so you can keep up to date with that sort of stuff. Updates on all the other social medias that you don't really have to worry too much about. But yeah, if you want to keep up to date, follow us on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter.
Yeah, we've already said that.
Yeah,
Also, just one last little plug.
alright.
Also, look towards Halloween this year. You might see a little surprise coming.
And until the next time, signing off. Goodbye.